I'm Andy Lavadier, and welcome to Kunes Car Convos. Today I'll be talking with Jarvis Hodges, aka Mr. Toyota, local man about town, local celebrity, and football star. Today Jarvis and I will be driving a new addition to the Toyota lineup, the Crown. This is a 2025 Platinum, which means that it is a hybrid. So Jarvis, did you grow up here in Galesburg or did you move here?
Born and raised Galesburg, Illinois at the Cottage Hospital here.
Nice.
Man, long time ago it seems like too.
Yeah? So what was your favorite thing about growing up here?
The family orientation. You know, it says it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And I definitely had a village, you know. Everywhere I went, there was somebody that was making sure I was going down the right path, whether it was actual biological family members, friends of family, or coaches for that matter. So
Yeah.
you pretty much had somebody all the way around making sure I was looked out. Most importantly, God. You know?
Yeah?
So it's,
So who were some of the individuals that really made that big difference in your life?
first of all, my mother.
Yeah.
You know, my mother, she was a single mom. She had me at 16 years old. And so we get to grow up almost like best friends. And then I will say my stepfather, you know, was the first male figure that really came into my life to give me some structure there.
Nice.
And then as I got older, I was able to live with my biological father's side. And then my uncle, his name is Jimmy Dickerson, he was one of the main pillars as far as athleticism and, you know, getting you to who a man's supposed to be. And then my grandfather, who was a deacon of the church, and my grandmother. So, you know, like I said,
Yeah.
I've had a lot of history of people just pouring into me, brother.
It's not just the village, you had your personal village.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So what are some of the achievements that you've done that you're most proud of?
Most proud of, I would say right now, being actually November 24th, my 11th year as a deacon of our church, Second Baptist Church,
Nice.
who's been at church here for 160 years in October. Also, if most people don't know, I was homecoming king here at the high school, Galesburg High School.
Nice.
I was prom prince. Most places don't have prom princes. Yeah,
Oh.
since I was homecoming king, they couldn't give me both, so I was able to get prom prince.
I was wondering about that.
Yep. And then I was also All-American and All-State in football and All-Conference in basketball, and went to state in track. So those are some of my, you know, most memorable accomplishments there.
Nice. Now, what position did you play? And forgive me because I know nothing about sports. I technically don't even know the difference between a wide receiver and a running back.
All right. So people ask me this question, well, what position you play all the time? And I say football.
Your
I
position
was what they call Iron Man. So I played cornerback, receiver, running back, linebacker, punt returner, kick returner, what they call headhunter. When you're chasing it, when they kick the ball off, you run down the field to tackle the ball.
Yeah.
I was the one that received the ball when they kicked it. The coach just knew if you put the ball in his hand, we've got a 90% chance he's going to score. And if somebody's got the ball in their hands, he's got a 90% chance of tackling them. So he used to say, if I had 11 of you, I wouldn't need another player. So, I just love the sport.
Oh my gosh.
I played semi-pro for 6 years.
Where at?
I played in Chicago my first year.
Okay.
I went there to play for the Chicago Bruisers, who were the first arena football team.
All right.
And then I went to Peoria and played for the Mid-State Steel, and I played 4 years there. We made it to the championship my first year. My second year, we got to the division, and we didn't make this. And then we kind of started getting less and less closer over that. But I made the All-Star team my first 2 years in punt return and kick return.
Nice. You didn't know Harvey Harrington, though, did you?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Ah.
This arena, though.
He was a big name back at Macomb, where I'm from. He was our defensive coach, but he played semi-pro all over as well.
If I seen his face, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a face guy than names.
Yeah.
And there's Cottage Hospital right here.
Nice. This is where you were born?
That's where I was born.
That is so cool.
Mhm.
Were your kiddos born there too?
Actually, my kids were born at St. Mary's, which is on the other side of the dealership.
Okay.
You see the hospital where the
Yeah.
helicopter comes?
Yeah.
They were born there.
Yeah. Very nice.
I've got 3 daughters, and I've got a stepson. I hate saying stepson. You know, I've had him since he was 7 months old.
Yeah.
He'll be 21 in February.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said your stepfather was a big part of your life as well. Do you kind of see that as your role with him as well? Is that kind of somebody you'd emulate?
Oh,
that
for
way?
sure, for sure. He first of all, coming in to a single mother, he came in my life when I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
And, I've been there ever since. So I got to give him all the kudos of structure, let you know who you are as a young black man in America, and not that's just that, but just as a man and what your values are and how to treat a family member.
Yeah.
And how to make sure you're taking care of your siblings and everything like that. So he's very family oriented in that aspect. And, like I said, even when I got with my uncle, I call him Uncle Dad.
Yeah.
He was very influential because they grew up together playing ball. They played softball together, they played football together, and like I said, I had a lot of people, man, just, hey, there's something special about you, and they just helped nurture that,
Yeah.
And I got to give it was God, him. He was the main reason I think that people poured into me. They saw something that I didn't know was there,
Man.
and it just brought the best out of them, so to speak.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. Do you still play sports?
Now that I'm 47 years old, the only sports I'm playing is with my thumbs, so to speak.
I love that.
I play Madden, I play the 2K, I still play the Major League Baseball, but no, I just don't have the time,
No.
I'm born. My sport is now treating people right and trying to feed the family.
Heck yeah.
So this is actually my barber shop is right back there. It's where I go through to get my lineup. He doesn't do my head, he just does my beard there.
Why doesn't he do your hair?
I'll have none. I can do that part alone.
Yeah.
Where we do a lot of the radio commercials, when we were doing those, that's right here. If you were right up the street, see there, WGIL's where we do some of the radio commercials. A lot of food places right here that are really locally owned places here that a lot of people know, like Coney Island.
Yeah, I've heard of Iron
Pizza
Spike.
House, yep, Iron Spike. I just ate there last Saturday.
Nice.
My best friend came in from San Diego. We had dinner there. I think it was Saturday.
Yeah. Being a hometown kid myself, I feel like I can drive around town and point to any building and I'll have a story about it.
Yep.
Do you feel like
Yes.
that here?
Oh, absolutely. And the good news is, being the kid that I was, especially being an athlete, I know a lot of business owners now, and some of my friends now that were older have either taken over family businesses or started their own.
Yeah.
So, and I sell cars, so obviously a lot of people come to me because they know me, they know my history, they know I'm a straight shooter and I'm a God guy, So
Oh yeah.
I get a lot of business owners coming to me buying vehicles and just treat me right. And I'm a church guy.
Yeah.
So
Being a deacon, being a man of God, do you feel like selling cars is your vocation?
yes and no.
Okay.
I feel like there's gonna be a higher calling at some point in time,
Okay.
I just know that I'm a matchmaker.
Uh-huh.
I find out what
Love it.
people's needs are, find the vehicle that best fits their budget and what they're asking for, and I put the deal together, and the Lord has allowed me to be able to, get paid to do that. So
Yeah.
I found my why.
Yeah.
Some people don't know what their why is in life. My why is to patch that bridge from the older to the younger when it comes to the scripture, and it's also my why is to find the vehicle that people need to maximize their life, whether it's the 16-year-old to the 80-something-year-old that may find their last car. I found my why.
Yeah.
Why am I still doing this job? Is to make sure people have a better way of life.
And I love that. Being a matchmaker, that's, something that translates across all walks of life.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite place in town?
Favorite place in town? My bed.
Well, I was hoping we were going to drive there, but we're not driving to your bed. What else you got?
If you'd like to see where I actually grew up, I can take you there. We're not too far from it.
Heck yeah, let's do that.
I grew up in what they call the Iowa Court projects here in town.
Okay.
It's a little bit more built up. They have some more infrastructure as far as the park where we grew up called Kiwanis Park.
Uh-huh.
And the neighborhood is kind of not as family oriented as it was when I was born.
Okay.
But like every Sunday after church and every day I get off work, like when I'm off the next day, I make sure to ride out there to just make sure I stay grounded in where I came from,
Yeah.
to never forget who I am, and to always give back.
Yeah.
What you'll notice is up here, some of my benches that I have that have my advertising, I didn't know this, and this actually had to have been God planning this. So my first bench was actually out there by the Iowa Courts where I was raised.
Okay.
Yep, if you take it right here.
All right. Nice.
And so I got three of them are actually in the area where I grew up, and that could not happen better for me, for the kids that I'm trying to show, hey, you can be more than just a product of your environment. And if you just work hard, because no one's going to give you anything, you have to go out and earn it. People think they're expected, I'm owed something. No, you go earn it. You're owed only the payout of what you put in, is that so to speak,
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, oh, I saw Uncle Jar's bench here. It's kind of like finding the Easter egg.
Yeah.
So there's a family, a business guy right there. I know he works on a lot of local vehicles. His son and my sons played ball together.
Nice.
He's got twin boys. This gentleman here at this shop here, I started off detailing cars. I detailed for 6 years right there. And now I'm a car salesman. So I can still buff a car, I can still put tint in if need be, but I choose not to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But he's a good guy. He's got a good shop there. See, that's what I mean. Right here is an insurance shop. This is called Stags. His father, who ran the business before the son took over, he was the first person to give me a cheaper insurance if I got straight A's.
That's wonderful.
And once I got
Does he do that for everybody?
I don't know for sure if he did it for everybody, but I know he did it for me.
Nice.
And he still remembers me, so they know you by name. You know, it's kind of like the Cheers, where everybody knows their name. So right now, if I get somebody who doesn't have insurance and they need insurance, I'll call Rob over at Stags, and first thing I say to him, you want a pizza? And he'd be like, he said, what you got for me? So I told him, if you can get these people who have a difficult time getting insurance, I'll buy pizza for the shop.
Dude, that's that giving back right there.
Exactly. So take a left right here.
It's not just Kunes, it's not just you, it's not just the customer, but the community itself.
And if you can see the back of this bench, there's my advertisement right there.
Nice.
See that?
Yeah.
And right there's the skating rink where we used to skate all the time and get our entertainment that way. And we live right there in those Iowa courses. We just walk right around that fence there, and we can get our skate on and enjoy ourselves. So right here, I know that young lady. Yep. I can still skate. Yes, I can. We went a while back, had an adult skate, and it's like riding a bike. It all came back to me.
Someday after work, we're gonna go skating?
We can do that.
Yeah.
It's owned again. They're getting all built back up. They're getting better flooring now because it's starting to crack a little bit over the years.
Yeah.
You have to take a left here. I have family members who live right there in that blue house, which is run down now. This is Kiwanis Park. I played basketball many years there. See, the skate park is now up. They didn't have that before when I first was coming, but that's been up probably say at least the last 5 years. The gazebo's been there, but it's newer. You can tell they got a newer renovation there.
Yeah.
The water park, all this stuff is all that's relatively new.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Mm-hmm. And I had aunts and uncles and cousins lived all in there.
Nice.
And I always ride back just to say, Lord, thank you.
Yeah.
For letting me grow up in a situation, but letting me be smart enough and able enough to get out of the situation.
Yeah.
And this is relatively new development as well. This is called, it used to be called Turnberry. I don't know what they changed it to.
Yeah, we have this same development in Macomb. I was like, I recognize these buildings.
River Oaks Trails is what they named it now. Yep. My oldest daughter just moved out of here. She moved to Texas I think it was Tyler, Texas, about 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's cousins, they own Jalisco's restaurant there. We just ate there Sunday from my buddy's mother who turned 70. I have a bench right back there. And then I have one at the Kentucky Fried Chicken as well.
Nice.
Man, look, this local guy.
Yeah.
And like I said, singing in the church choir.
Oh, yeah.
Singing at the different churches. And before I became singing church-wise, I was singing secular. So we had concerts at some of the local bars. I had a couple opportunities to be kind of famous with singing, which I'm not the greatest singer, but other people seem to think I am.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite songs has now been Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. Oh, that's one of my favorites.
That's my fiance's nice song.
I sang it at my sister's wedding in April.
No way.
With a standing ovation. Yes, sir.
Can you do it at my wedding?
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites.
Nice, dude.
And
you got me going now.
Now I'm trying to learn Teddy Swims, I Lose Control.
Yeah.
That's one I'm trying to learn. But there's so many lyrics, you know what I mean? And so I got the chorus down, and I got the first part. So I just got to get that second tier verse, and I should be pretty good there.
Nice.
There's my mother.
Oh.
Is it okay?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yes, ma'am. But Mom, I'm actually shooting a commercial as we speak. She said, bye, boy. All right, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Mrs. Jarvis's mom.
Bye-bye.
I hope they didn't leave that in there.
She literally said she just ran into one of my childhood friends. He remembered her face.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you were just like, yeah, so-and-so lives right on the corner from so-and-so.
Yep. Steve Howerton, one of my good buddies. And he still looks the same. And he said, you still look the same when I was a kid. We're gonna take it right here at the mouth exit, and that'll loop us almost back to the dealership.
All right.
Huh, see how God works?
Yeah.
Seriously, bro.
Yeah. Serendipitous.
Yes, it is just, man. And I know not everybody is, a Bible person. I can't help it.
Mhm.
This is what He's put me to be.
Yeah.
And I'm always gonna put Him first.
Yeah.
And it's a good transition because, when I went to college here across Sanford as well, my associates is in communication.
Uh-huh.
So being in the car business, kind of transitioned into what I'm doing now.
Oh, yeah.
And also been in sports, when you go get your awards, you have to give those speeches.
Oh, yeah.
So that and then being a deacon's grandson and a deaconess's grandson, seeing them do it.
Yeah.
Having to just watching it happen just was natural. So
Yeah.
Go.
Do you ever do the readings? Is that part of your
Oh, for
position
sure.
as a deacon?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we have devotion that we do. And then, that's when we do the morning service before the pastor gets up. And we have a female pastor. Before she gets up and gives the sermon. And then we do collect the tithes and the offering. If we have like a sister churches coming through, I'll do songs. Sometimes the Holy Spirit takes over. I don't know what I do. It just goes work,
I taught at a Catholic school for 2 years.
Okay.
And one of my favorite parts was I got to write down the prayers, the individual, pray for the nation, pray for the church, pray
Gotcha.
for in that order. And I love doing that.
Yes. Yep. It's a great feeling,
Yep.
to know that you're doing the work that you were called to do. Because there's not a lot of young folks doing it anymore either.
No.
A lot of people don't. They just don't want to work. And like I said, I saw a need in the church, and I wasn't going to let it be for it. Now, you can take it right here.
All right.
Just to take us out towards Lake Story. So to Lake Story is a great lake. There's a lot of people who like to come to Galesburg to Lake Story.
Uh-huh.
They like to fish out here. There's pike, there's walleye, there's muskie, there's bass, there's catfish, bluegill, crappie. Take it right here.
Right.
Yep. And it was it was a lot more popular back in the day. We had a little water park out there too.
Okay.
But now people still come because they know it's got good fishing and it's still a good family environment out here. Now that's the Carl Sandburg Village, if you can see that there. They didn't have that when I went to school at Carl Sandburg.
Okay.
But now you can get a little dorm. My son actually stays out there with his girlfriend. He's out there 99% of the time. I'm pretty sure he's out there now, knowing him.
Yeah.
Yep, I see his car over there now. We're gonna take a left here.
All right.
See to the right, that's Lincoln Park. That's where they have a lot of the fishing derbies for the kids.
Okay.
I took my nephew fishing for the first time. He caught his first fish, and oh my gosh, was he excited. We're gonna go up a little bit.
Oh, up a little.
See where they're
Yep.
turning right there? And they got the water down now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Galesburg seems like it has a lot of great family opportunities and activities for everybody to do together, and it's encouraging to be outdoors. And
yes, a lot of seasonal stuff to do. Like in this area here, they have the reenactments of the Civil War.
I
Yep.
went to one of those as a kid. Those are fun.
Yep, and they do the what they call it when you have the guys that wear the knights clothes and they kind of hit each other with
Oh, the LARPing.
LARPing. They do LARPing there too.
Okay.
And when it's springtime, it's really nicer because they keep it well manicured and the light and the greenery and all the colors happen there
Uh-huh.
too. Yep, and a lot of people come right where we're turning now for pictures for graduation. Actually, we did my daughter's graduation pictures right over here.
Nice.
Yep. So this is Galesburg's got a few things. It's not as busy as some of the bigger cities, but it's definitely got its pluses. Look, now they got the frisbee golf. You see the frisbee golf?
Yeah.
They just did that this year.
The frolfing.
Yep. I couldn't remember what that was called. You look up.
Don't worry, I got your back when it comes to the weird off-brand sports. I don't know about football, but I know LARPing and frolfing.
Yes. I've done frisbee golf one time, and I didn't like it.
Dude, I can see you getting into ultimate frisbee though, where it's basically football rules with a
I
frisbee.
saw that.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. Have you ever seen the ones where they jump off the what's it called? When they jump off those trampolines and then go to play ball?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but I said if I were still a young man, I would have loved to be able to, because that's football and basketball in one.
Oh yeah.
I would have been able to enjoy that. See, walking their dogs out right now.
Hey there.
One of the old ones. I miss my dogs. My dog passed away.
Oh man.
I had a 110-pound Doberman named Blue.
We have a Doberman as well, Ollie. Yeah.
And we had a 14-pound rat terrier named Spotty.
That's a dynamic duo right
Yes,
there.
yes. And my 14-year-old rat terrier, she ran the house. They both passed away last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the one that ran the house. She was the smallest dog. She'd be the one to fight a bear.
Yeah.
My Doberman would be the one to scare the bear.
Yeah.
He'd see him and be like, oh, okay, maybe, because he was a big boy. People thought he was a Great Dane. He was so big.
Oh, yeah.
I had his paperwork. I got American Kennel Club.
Yeah.
He had a couple,
European Doberman then, the big one?
German, yep.
Yep.
And I had his paperwork back from like 1890 something. His lineage all the way back. He had 2 best in shows at the Westminster and 2 champions. But he was not a show dog, but his lineage was.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, when he sat, you could just tell it was just nature.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be walking him. I'd have police guys like, man, I haven't seen a Dobie look that good. Where did you get him? Military people.
Yeah, yeah.
People were like, he is the best looking dog. And one thing about him, he had that one floppy ear. That one ear would flop down.
So he didn't have the cropped. He had the.
Well, no, they were cropped.
Okay.
But one would lay down.
Okay.
So my dad told me, he said, son, just keep rubbing the ear and talk to it. It'll come back. And I was like, yeah, Dad, whatever, you know. And so I said, well, maybe let's just see. Maybe he's got something to it. So I would rub the ear and I would talk to it and it would stick up and it would flop back down. And then you see a squirrel or rabbit, it would pop up and it would stay up a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It would flop back down. And I never forget, one day we were sitting out back, God was cooking out, and I looked and I said, babe, look. She goes, what's this? Oh my God, they're up. And both his ears were up. And from that point on, the one never flopped back down.
Yeah.
So it just basically
wisdom there.
just needed to stimulate that ear and talk to it, keep it going, and it popped all the way back up and never went back down.
It's a nice metaphor for encouragement, like we were talking about too.
Yes. Yep. And they got a nice bike path, me and my girl, for 15 miles if you want to ride out here.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I noticed that back at the other park we first drove past.
Yep. We did our bikes out here one day, and it was a phenomenal ride. It was a nice, brisk, warm day, so it wasn't like it was too hot or too cold.
Yeah.
We took a break right over one of those trees for about 20 minutes, and then we just went back the same way we came in, and by the time I got home, it was actually 15 miles. And I said, we're going to start doing this more.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize riding a bike, it's stimulating like it was. And you're breathing the air, you're seeing the sights instead of just driving in a car.
Yeah.
Or, walking, because you only can walk so far. So I think next year we're going to probably find some more bike paths and, venture out a little bit further.
That's something I think we're really missing, like you're talking about. People lost track of that ability to slow down and really
smell the roses.
Yeah.
Now, if you keep straight, this is where a lot of the food courts are.
Uh-huh.
So right now, with obviously T-Mobile's there, we got a Chipotle this hasn't been quite up just yet. There shouldn't be. I think they're supposed to start the 25th of this month. Maybe not, but somebody told me that's coming. I can't wait to get that Chipotle bowl.
Oh yeah, we got one coming in Macomb too, and oddly enough, like it's under construction as well. So I wonder, they must be expanding in our area.
Yep, I like that, and I can't wait. My girlfriend works in Peoria. She brings me, some of that food back sometimes.
Yeah.
Our dealership used to be where Nissan is now.
Okay.
When I first started, that's where we were.
Okay.
Yep. And then we moved over here, so it's been, it's got to be close to 15 years now. And then we got Applebee's up here. This is where all the food, the main food court. And this is called Henderson Street.
Okay.
We had a mall. There's only like 3 stores that are still open in the mall.
Okay.
And the mall was my childhood.
Yeah.
We used to leave the high school games and walk right over to the mall and just.
That was our generation.
Yeah.
We were the mall rat kids.
Yes, literally. Just do what the kids did, and McDonald's was in there. We had a movie theater.
Arcade?
Arcade. It was called Aladdin's Castle.
I went to an Aladdin Castle growing up too.
Really?
Yep. The one in Springfield.
We used to love the Aladdin's Castle. We had a McDonald's. And then Toys R Us. Yeah. We had a Toys R Us, and we just couldn't wait to get to the mall.
Dude, Toys R Us is back. The company came back. They had filed bankruptcy, and now they're back in business again.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
I don't have any young kids anymore, but I might just go in there just to relive those childhood memories. Man. Here used to be a bowling alley right here. North Gate's what it used to be called.
Uh-huh.
They made it obviously a wine and liquor store now, but that was a childhood place. We used to go shoot pool, play bowling, and court your girlfriends and stuff.
Yeah.
And the high school was just right on the other, so we could just walk this whole little plaza and eat, and had a lot of stuff to do, locally.
Nice.
When it was more of a, it's not safe now, but it was safer then, you know what I mean? Because everybody knew everybody, and we were all a group.
Yeah.
There was no phones.
I mean, you hardly see kids walking around or just riding bikes anymore.
No, they're not out playing ball like they used to.
Anywhere. Mm-hmm. So how old are your kids?
My oldest daughter is 27. My middle daughter is 23, and my youngest just turned 19.
Okay.
And my stepson, he'll be 21 in February, so he's 20 years old right now.
Okay.
And I had him since he was 7 months old.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
See, it's weird. You get to be our age. I feel like I'm closer to that, but my son was joking about that the other day. Like, no, you're closer to the teenager than old man. I'm like, buddy, I'm closer to being 80 than I am to being born.
My daughter said something to me a while back, and it almost floored me. She said, "Dad, how's it feel to be born in the 1900s?"
Oof.
And I said, "Wait a minute, how do you?" Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I was. It's literally so.
Yeah.
It just felt like old.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, I guess I was born in the 1900s,
Yeah,
because they're in the 2000s now. So,
Yeah.
yep. I don't know if her intention was to, to make me feel bad or feel old, but
Yeah.
it just was like, wow, I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Teacher group I used to be a part of, a student had brought in a cassette tape to their teacher and asked if it was from the Civil War.
Oh. Yeah.
I once had my students argue if Michael Jordan was still alive. And I just sat back and didn't say a word. I'm like, I'm just going to see how they figure this out on their own.
Wow.
And the class consensus turned into, he's still alive, he's just in his 90s.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And all the technology they have, the TikTok store, you would think they would know.
Yeah.
All the comparisons between Jordan and LeBron.
Yeah.
You would think they would know he's alive, but And we're known for a railroad town too. Galesburg is the third or fourth biggest railroad hub in the country.
No kidding.
Yep, we got BNSF here. So we get trains all the time.
That's so funny because I had a buddy who went to Knox College, and he was telling me like there was one night they were out and about and they decided to hop on a train and try
Just to see where it took. Oh, really? Like to Hobo? Oh, that's.
But then it started going too fast. We had to jump off, and
Yeah.
he biffed it hard. His face is all scraped up. He's like, "What did you do it?" He's like, "Yeah, I jumped off a train." You did
Yeah.
what?
We had some experiences. We didn't do that. We would like take pennies and put them on the track.
Yep.
And then see how they got flattened.
And they always told us, "You can't do that. You're gonna derail the train."
Yeah. We didn't know. We didn't think about it at the time. Then when we heard that, we stopped doing
I still don't believe that.
Me
you can't,
either.
You can't derail a train with a penny.
it. Me either. But I'm not going to do it anymore.
Nah.
And then we used to, when the train was stopped and we needed to get through, we would go through to where the cars got kind of the knuckles are.
Yep.
We would just kind of hop over that to get
Yeah.
through. But if it was moving in any way, we would do.
Yeah.
When you're kids, you didn't think anything about danger.
Yeah.
We just, I dare you, double
Yeah.
dog dare you. We would just do it.
We were more Huck Finish in our childhood than kids are today.
Yes.
I dare you. You're chicken.
Yeah. Yes. You couldn't. If you double dog dare somebody, that means
Yeah.
you got to do it. You can't
Yeah.
be double dog dare
Yeah,
and not do it. You remember Truth or Dare?
Oh gosh, where's this going? Yeah.
This upside right here. Now this is a very local ice cream shop here, Castle Cream.
Yeah.
It's been around in the Cornell. They're seasonal, obviously, but everybody loves Castle Cream, and I just live not too far down that way from here.
Nice.
Got my first home. Bought my first home November 3rd, so we're 3 years in now.
All right.
And ironically, it's the house that one of my best friends lived in when we were going to high school, and I didn't know that.
Really?
Because we went to, one of our coaches passed away, and they put in the paper when you buy a house.
Yeah.
So he was like, Jarvis, that was my house when I grew up. I said, no. So after coach passed, we were going to go get some food.
Yeah.
And then I had some of my old basketball players, Joey Raines, Chris Hunnigan, Mike Hunnigan, Brad Davis, and myself. And we all went back, showed him the house, and he had some tears in his eyes because those memories came back. We take it right here. And it was just a good feeling so he could see the house again. And he told me, he said, you better take care of my house, Jarvis. I said, I think you're saying that wrong. It's my house now, bro. But I know what you mean, and I got you. I will make sure I
that's
take care of it.
magical, man.
Yeah. It was a good feeling to see that that full circle come back so
Yeah.
we get to see it. And he was like, and it's good to see it stayed in the family. So,
Yeah.
and most of this is newer development. You can tell some of the buildings are kind of newer.
Yeah.
Charter
Construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a GM Distributors where you get your Euclid beverages.
Yep.
That's like a National Guard hub there. We also have, that's the Cavalry. That's probably, I'd say about 8-10 years old there now. It's new, but it's been there for a little bit. Nice big church in there too.
Yeah.
And it's just ironic how God does things, because we used to ride our bikes or walk to the basketball park over here so we can play ball.
Yeah.
And now that park is in my backyard. Yeah. It's just, I can look out and
All that full circle between being your friend's house,
Mhm.
going back to that park.
And then I get out and I can hear the kids playing. I can hear the ball bounce.
Yeah.
It takes me back.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, if you just keep on straight. And the high school is literally right there. You see the football stadium lights right there?
Yeah.
That's where I went to high school, GHS, Galesburg High School.
Dude, let's swing by for a sec.
Let's do it. I graduated in 1966, if you can believe it.
Yeah?
No, I said 1996.
96. I was going to say.
Yeah, sorry. My daughter got me thinking 1900. She messed my mind up. So 1996, I graduated.
Like Royce just said, Jarvis, you're in very good shape for your age.
Appreciate it. I'm trying. I'll tell you, God is
Well, I
good.
think he meant it underhandedly.
I know he did. I know it was an underhanded dig.
Yeah.
And what did I tell him? I said, I'd rather be this old and look this good than be that young and look that bad. So I got him back.
You did. You did.
But-
Sorry, Royce.
We love you, Royce.